For my Lab 10 topic, I decided to do an article on primate brain size and how that reflected on predicted intelligence. Primates are one of humans' closest ancestors in the animal world, and they have many similarities. One of the similarities is brain size and brain structure. However, that differs in primates because of the many different species and sizes of primates. Some preconceived conceptions about brain size is that it is assumed that primates with large brains are associated with higher intelligence. That would mean, for example, a gorilla would be considered smarter or have a higher ability to learn compared to that of a chimpanzee or a lemur, which are smaller primates. Some researchers at the German Primate Center conducted cognitive performance tests on lemurs, which are one of the smallest primates and who have small brains, to try to test to see if this was actually true. So to test this, they did a mixture of tests, which they called the primate cognition test battery. This was a mixture of different tests that were spatial, numerical, causal, and causal relationships between inanimate objects. These tests have already been conducted on different types of primates, for example, chimpanzees and baboons and other larger primates. And this was one of the first times that it was being conducted on lemurs, which was, again, one of the smaller primates. Some of the results of these tests is that compared to young children and big-brained primates, the small lemurs tested and showed no differences in almost all of the different categories of the cognitive tests. The one cognitive test that they did lack in was a spatial test, and when it came to social settings, and that showed that the young children and some of the big brain primates performed a little better in those test results. But overall, over all of the tests that were conducted, it showed that there was almost no difference between the small brain of a lemur and that of a young child or other big-brained primates. So in conclusion, the relationship between brain size and cognitive ability cannot be generalized in primates. And that also goes for humans, as they were resulted in some of these tests that showed that the lemurs, even though they had one of the smallest primate brains, could also show results that were pretty much the same as young children and other large primates. And this shows that lemur cognitive studies provided insight into the evolution of primates, as they can go back and look at what they have thought about how primates evolved and how humans evolved also, and look back at how they thought that could have just been larger primates, but smaller primates also had a big factor in evolution.